In this section, we will be basically working on date functions. So there are a numbers of date functions like the functions we have. In date function, we have edate. We have edate here. Okay. Then we have EO month, network days, work days, year frac, date, dated if. In case of dated if, in 2016 onward, if function has been removed. Okay, it has been only till 2003, first 2013, and it is available. Okay. Then we have the dated value, day 360, minutes, month, now, second. Then we have time value, today, weekdays, and year. Out of these functions, some of the functions are used on a regular basis. These functions are basically your edate function, network days, work day, year function. Dated if is not available, but dated if is a very good option to calculate the difference between dated if. Then we have the date value, okay, day 360. Then we have the now, today, and year. These are the functions that is very much required when we are doing any work related to dates in Excel. So let's check our first function, that is edate. Now edate function, if you understand that edate function, edate function is basically the function to calculate the date which is a specific number of the month in the past or in the future. Okay. The syntax for edate is equal to edate. Then we have to put the start month and number of months that will be either on the positive or negative. If we put negative, then we get the number that is minus that month. Okay. Now, if you look at the example, we have got the start date, then we have got plus 3 months, and then we have got the end date. To see the functions here, the formula is equal to edate. Okay, and then we have to put the start date and then number of months we want to add. This is the syntax for that. Okay, so we get the number always. We get the number in case of numerical digit. The first thing we need to convert that it is in a general. The number we need to convert in a long date or short date. Okay, so we can take it as long date as if now to understand the value. Okay, so we have the March, January here, 1998, 1st January, 3 months has been added. So January, then we have added February, March, and then April. Okay, so first January, it is calculating 30 days, 30 days of the 1st January. Okay, then it has added February on this, then March on this, and then we are getting the date of 31st of April. Okay. Similarly, if we add on the 2nd of April, the date remains the same, the year remains the same, and all we get is the change in the month. Okay. And if we have got negative, that is plus month is the negative, we want to do a back calculation, then it will give us the 3 months back. Okay. And this 3 months back is basically coming to October. The next function is basically your e month. E-month basically shows the last day of the month, which is specific in number in the months before or after the given date. Okay. So in what was happening in the month of in case of e-date, we are just adding the number of months. Okay, but when we add the plus in the month in which in e-month, the we actually get the last date of the month. Okay, so in case of when we work with examples related to 1st of January 1998, okay, we got here as the 1st of April 98. But in case of when we use the function of EO month, we have the start date and then we have to add the plus 2 months. Okay. So what is happening here? By default, it will come as the your number or general function. We need to convert it into a date function. So we have actually added 31st March. Okay. So the same thing if we do using the edate function, we are getting 5th of March, but it is getting 31st of March because it is taking the last date of the month. Okay. If it had been the first of the thing, then it will be on the other side. The next very good function is your network days. Network days actually calculate the number of days between two dates. Okay, it is very useful when we are working with the data related to invoice generation or data related to how many days a person has worked. Okay, or what is the date on which you got a project and the date of completion. So if you want to calculate the number of days between two different dates, the function is the network days. Okay, so if it is network days, okay, and then we have the start date and then we have the end date. Okay. Now you see that there is a function called holidays. Okay, if we define the holidays on a particular month or in year, previously we can put that in holidays and it will not be counted in the number of days. Okay. We will see the example so that it will be understood. Okay. So for example, we have started from 1st of March 1998 and the end date is 7th of March 1998. So let's take an holiday on 2nd of 2nd March 1990, 1998. Okay. So 2nd March is a holiday. Okay. So let's use the function of the network days with holidays. So we have got here at the start date and then we have the end date and then we have to specify the holidays. So this is an holiday. Okay. So it is coming as 4 days. So if say for example, if you are calculating for a month how many days a person has worked and we do not want to calculate Sundays as the work days. Okay. So for this particular function will help you to eliminate that Sundays on the working days. You have to specify that. Okay. So for example, if I put at 03 03 1998 again as holidays. Okay. Uh, so all we need is to just change the function here, that is network days. Okay, we have got the start date, then we have got the end date, and in case of holidays we need to check all the arrays. Okay, so we have got 3 days as network days that has been worked. Next function is basic your work days. Now work days is a special function where that what happened in case of network days, that it actually gave you the number of days between 2 days. Okay. Work days just works on opposite to that. Now work days is basically adds the number of days in which you have the start date. Okay. So for example, we just write the work day. Okay. Then we have the start date and then we have the number of days. Okay. And then again the holiday concept is there. So if you want to put the holidays, if you are available with this, you will do the holidays similar to what we did with the network days. Okay. It will come as the general. We need to convert it into a short date or long date as required. Okay. So the output of this is for we started the work on 1st of January 1998. Then we added 28 days. Okay, adding 28 days gives us the value of 10th of February. It actually completed. It's important to understand that when we are working with the work days, 2 days, that is Saturday and the Sunday, will be taken into consideration to add the days. So if you see the dates, there are basically 28 days that we are actually adding, but it goes up to 10th of February. Now, why it is adding 10th to the February is basically this is considering all your Saturdays and Sundays. Another function that is very similar to when you will be typing the function of workdays is basically Workday International. Okay, a Workday International is basically when we have covered say start date, then we are adding the date, and then it is asking whether it is Saturday Sunday as the leave days, or we have got Sunday Monday, or what kind of holidays we have. So for example, in case of most of the organization, or most of the details that we work is basically we consider Sundays only. Okay. So we consider Sundays only, okay, as one of the days, and then we have the holidays. If there is no holidays there, then we will put it as there. Okay. Now you see that the date has been actually changed from 10th of February to 13th of February. Now this is very important function, that is Workday. Okay, when we have the dates that we want to add, okay, and then we have got the holidays here. Okay, so in case of Workday, we have got two options, that is Workday and Workday International. Okay, Workday International helps you to select with what is the weekend. Okay. What kind of weekend is there. So if you work in a different organizations, okay, say for example in countries like UAE and Middle East countries, we have got Fridays. Okay, many countries have got different days that are off. Okay, so you can select according to that and then finalize what kind of date you are looking forward. Another very good function in case of date function is your year frac. Okay, year frac is basically used to calculate the difference between 2 days and expresses the result as a decimal fraction. Okay, that is why it is called as the difference between 2 days. That is basically calculating the year and then using the fractional of the decimal fraction of that. Okay. The syntax for year function is year frac. Then we have the start date. Then we have the date end date, and then there is a function part that comes in is called as the basis. Okay, so let's see what is basic. So we have got a start date, and then we have got the end date. Okay. And then it is asking for the options for related to basic. Okay, let's keep the basic a little later. Okay, so we get the fractional as the difference between three start date and the end date is 25. That can be converted into percentage. So 25% of the work has been done on between start date and the long date. So basically, when we are talking about basis, basis actually defines the calendar system to be used. Okay, if it is 0 or omitted, the USA style, that is the 30 days per month divided by 360 days. If it is 1, then 29 or 30 or 31 days as per divided by 365 days. If it is 2, then we get 29 or 30 or 31 days per month divided by 360. If it is 3, then we have got 29 or 30 or 31 days per month by 365. If it is 4, then we have got European 29 or 30 or 31 days divided by 360. Now, talking about the uses of year frac, it is very used for in case of calculation related to what the payment need to be done. Okay, so for example, we have got the start date here. Okay, that is 1st of January 1998. Then we have the end date as that is 31st of March 1998, and we need to make a payment of around 12,000 rupees. That is a pro rata payment that need to be given to that person or any person who is doing the work. So the actual salary is basically your that is what is coming here is, let's put it here, that is year frac. Okay, then we have the start date. Okay, and then we have the end date, right? And then we have to add one more days. Okay, now why we add one more days here is basically the extra 1 day has been added to the end date to compensate the fact. that the year frac function calculate from the start date up to not excluding the end date, because here what will be, if we use the year function, it will exclude the end date. So basically what we add is one more days into the last date. Okay, so we have this, we have added one, and then we is asking about how many, which kind of factor you want to. So let's use the function of 3. Okay, and then close the bracket, and then what is there, we want to calculate the number of total salary that need to be paid to this person. So you have year frac, start date, end date, then we have added one, taken 4. Okay, and then we will add it, multiply with the pro rata salary. So we will be getting around 1200. Okay. Now if say for example we have got different dates here, and we want to calculate the salary on the basis of that. Okay. So we get the value if say for example there is a date between, this is for the entire year. Okay, so if we want to calculate the year frac of this, okay, so let's use the function for year frac. Okay, start date, then we have the end date, then we have the basis. Okay. And then we have the basis. Let's add one plus one here, that will be calculating, and then we have product into this value. Okay, so we are getting 3000. Okay, so actually we need to pay 12,000 rupees if the person need to work with, say for example, it starts from January 2098 and ends to 31st of December 1998. We need to pay 12,000 rupees. Okay, but we will be keeping up the fraction. Now what, how this function is basically working? Okay, this function is basically, in this particular function, okay, it is basically trying to identify the percentage of the in the value. Okay, so let's put here this function. Okay. So we are getting 25% of the total amount that need to be paid for. Okay, that is the function. Okay, now in case of here, we're basically getting the entire 100%. Okay. Now this one is 100%. Let's convert it into percentage, so it will be easy for you to understand. So it is getting 100%. So 100% of the entire amount will be paid. Okay, if it is 25%, or 25% of this amount is paid. So it is the first part of this function. This part is basically giving you. Okay, so we have this function. So this particular function, that is year fact, up to this is basically giving you the percentage, and this is the value that you are trying to product with that. Okay, so that is this particular function is giving us 25%, this part. Okay, and then this particular thing, this E16, that is the value that we are coming from here. Okay, so the pro rata salary will be 12,000. The 12,000 will is coming here. Okay, 25% of 12,000, that is 1/4. It will be coming as 3,000. That value is coming here. Next important function is your dated if function. Although in MS Excel 2016 onward, this function has been removed. So if you type on the function anything that is there in 2016 onward, okay, you will not find the function of dated if. Okay. So if you really need the function of dated if, what you can do is to copy from your old Excel sheet and use that function. It will use fine. Okay. If it is copied from anywhere else, this function is copied from anywhere else. For example, if we copy this function, and paste is in the function area. Okay, then we will get the values. Okay, if we paste here, will get the values. Okay, but if you try to find the function in the date function, it will not be there. Okay, even if you want to check it, you can go to the formulas, go to time and date function. Okay, you'll not find the function dated if here. Okay, we have got date value, days 360, but we do not have the dated if function. Dated if function has been very much used when we used to calculate what is the difference between intervals between two dates. Okay, so when we work for dated if, basically it calculates the difference between 2 days. Okay, and then we, if want to go for the interval of days, okay, or interval related to month, okay, just we add the month. Okay, so in the dated if function, okay, as since the function is not available in 2016 onward, so I cannot show you the function or the syntax by doing that, but this is the syntax how actually it happens. One important function, that is the day function. Day function basically calculate the day or the part of the date, entire date. So we have got 25th of December 1998. So if we use the function of day, okay, it goes to select the days, you get the 25th. Okay, so basically 25th day of the December. Okay, that is how we calculate the day. To add on the day function, we have got the month function. Okay, so if you can calculate the month and select the serial number, you get the month, that is the 12th month. Okay, so December is 12th. And if you want to calculate the year, okay, it gives you the year of the thing. Okay, so we have got 1998. Okay, so we calculated the year, date, and then we want to calculate the weekday. So weekday is basically on which week of which day of the week it is falling. Okay, so for example, there is one important function before I proceed, that is the function that is today function. Okay, so today function is basically the date on which the say for example we are working. Okay, so this is being recorded on 9th of August 2020. Okay? And if you want to see what is today's time and date, that is actually 9th of August 2020, and it is 12:24. Okay, so for example, if I've taken this function as today, okay, and I want to know what is the day today. Okay, so the function will be day, so it is 9th. Okay. Then we want month, so this is 8th month. If you want to know today's year, okay, we have the today's year. Now the function here, that is that what we are talking about is the weekdays. Okay. So we have the weekday. Okay. A weekday, we have got the start serial number. Okay, and then it is asking which way the starting. Okay, if the if the days are starting on Monday, sorry, Sunday, and ending through Saturday. Okay, or it is starting on Monday, it ending through Saturday, Sunday, and so on. Okay. So it is the basically most of the time we start first day as Sunday. Okay. So we calculate it as one. Okay, so basically today is Sunday. Another one important uses of the day function, we talked about day function here. Now the other one of the function is basically what we call as the days. Okay, now days function basically give the number of the days that is between the start date and the end date. Okay. So if you use the days function, okay, we have to put the end date, okay, and then we have to put the start date, and then we get 3,782 days between them. Okay. Next date function that we'll be working on is the days 360 function. Now days 360 function. days 360 function is basically we have to have the start date, you have the end date, and then we have the option of true or false. Okay, so basically now days 360 is working on 360 year date. Okay, to 12 into 30 days month. This syntax is used for the accounting system basis, which is based on the 12 30 days months. Okay. In India, we do not use the day 360 basically because we work on different system that is on 365. Okay. Now, if it is true in case of day 360, true means that it uses the European accounting system, and it is false, it uses the USA accounting system. Okay. So those people who are working with international assignments basically uses the function of days 360. Okay. So this 360 basically gives you the difference between the start date and the end date. Okay. So when we have got the start date, so let's put as day 360. Okay. We have got the start date, and then we have the end date. Okay. And then it talks about whether you want to go for the US system or for the European system. Okay. If I put as the European system, it will give the value of 4. If it is giving if we are using day 360 using the uh, US system, okay, it will also give 4 because the difference does not matter. Okay, let's pull it down and check with the other dates. The difference is coming here. We have got 89 days, and but we have got 90 days in case of years, because here there is a difference between the two functions. Okay, the European system and the USA system. Okay, again this is seen here. Okay, so if we work on a per month system, it usually not much impact, but when we are working on quarter or on an half yearly system or annual system, there is an impact on this.